you little shithead.
Yep.
The genesis of McGillicuddy.
Who's past the bone and beating?
The ultimate warrior.
Look
at the adjective. Play.
Can't run because you're fat.
Finally, The Rock has come back home.
I'm back.
The boys are back in the saddle on a different platform, so the Atomic Drop Show rides again on YouTube.
Did you miss me? Oh, how I have missed you.
You can talk a little wrestling with us by calling 803-369-3537.
You're gonna give me what I want. I've been asking for it for years.
And now, here are your hosts, Justin Time and Kyle Cruz.
Paul, say something stupid.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Atomic Drop Show. I am your charming, colorful, and oh so handsome host, Justin Time. And alongside me is my co-host, Kyle Cruz. On today's episode, Keith Lee, will he be main eventing the next Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view? Also, Chris Jericho versus Jim Cornette, the Battle of the Dinosaurs. Who's going to win this debate? I honestly don't know. Jim Cornette banned from watching AEW? Good God. All that and more on this episode of the Atomic Drop Show. Kyle, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing quite well after an introduction like that. Great Balls of Fire. Shout out to 2017 with that reference. One of the greatest main events ever. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. I freaking love it. That was awesome.
That was a hell of a pay-per-view despite the fucking name.
Now wait, was that 17 or 18?
That was 17.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I just had to make sure. That was one of the greatest main events ever, and low-key, like, one of the greatest just pay-per-views top to bottom. So, Great throwback, man. We got to go back and maybe do a special show about that, because I remember that being way better than it had any right to be.
Oh, totally. Anything with Samoa Joe in it, you can almost guarantee it's good quality pay-per-view action.
Yo, he's adding so much to the Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins feud. Like it is insane. Like just about anything Joe does, anything Joe touches makes it instantly believable, and it just takes things up just that extra notch. And I freaking love Joe, and whenever he's healthy, I hope he gets a championship run, or just a main event run near the top, because he is incredible. And that has nothing to do with your intro at all, but we just had to throw it out there. Justin, my man, we are coming off of a very successful weekend at the BICBP.
Come on.
Western New York State PodCon. Absolutely. We had a great time there. You were there live in person at the podcast precinct. How was your experience from this past weekend?
You know what? It was a very, very positive experience. Got to hang out with the crew of the BICBP radio network, the legendary, the oh so handsome Matt Johnson. Gave that man a whole bunch of Raisin Bran, his favorite cereal. He was very much appreciative of that. Also gave him out some Budweiser Nitro and a Yeti cup holder. Just as a thank you. Thank you for putting in the work, the effort, the time, and everything else that I've done to that poor man for the past year. The least I can humanly do to him.
Man.
Matt, I hope you're listening. I respect the living hell out of you. Thank you for being a great mentor. I mean, what else can I say about the man?
He is no doubt one of the greats, a massive influence to both of us, and the main reason why we started back on the podcast train, probably a year and a half ago now. So shout out to him and the entire crew at the network, because they are doing big things and they are massive supporters of our show, and you should be too. So we had a great time. Right now, if you want to catch up on what we did this past weekend, you can go to our Facebook page at The Atomic Drop Show and watch a little teaser. And we, got into a multitude of things.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Thursday.
And why not? Oh, and I got a cat in the background too. Nothing but the most professional setup here at The Atomic Drop Show.
Absolutely. Headquarters 1 and HQ 2 down in Florida, always spinning. Our gears are always spinning, trying to produce the best quality content for you, the fans.
Always trying to. Like I said, man, if you go to Facebook right now, search The Atomic Drop Show and check out our just our mini show, a little taste of what you guys can expect every single week here on The Atomic Drop Show. And for everybody here who has joined us because of that short little preview episode, thank you very much. My name is Kyle Cruz, along with my man Justin Time, and we've been doing this for a cool minute here.
11 years now.
11 years. Can't hate on it. Can't hate on the success, But no. Dude, there is a lot.
You know what's coming next?
Oh, what's that?
I haven't talked to you about this, but I think we need to open up a fans only page.
An OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, come on. OnlyFans, come on.
All right, so who's getting naked? 1, 2, 3, not it.
We'll talk later.
Okay, bet. We'll have to think about it.
You know what we could do? I got the correct answer. Correct answer. We get the party host of Central Pennsylvania, no other than Todd Orndorff. He isn't doing too much lately.
You know what? He might have to be the one, because otherwise our OnlyFans would only be open to like chubby chasers, because I certainly fit into the chubby category. I'm not going to cast any aspersions on you, Mr. Justin Time, but at least for me.
Oh, no, by all means.
Hey,
I live in the Great Plate area of Rochester, so I put on a couple extra lbs since we last seen each other.
Same here. Yeah, same here, most definitely. But dude, there is so much to get into. The Atomic Drop Show, 803-369-3537. I actually have the number in front of me this time. 803-369-3537. Call us up, man, and talk a little bit of wrestling for us. WWE, AEW, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, all that kind of stuff. Before we get too deep here, and if we get a call from Jimmy Z, I want to get his thoughts on this as well. But we would be remiss if we didn't speak on the passing of Kamala this past week.
Yes.
Really, really sad state of affairs.
Sugar Bear Harris.
Yeah. Really, really sad. Complications of diabetes had him in the hospital, but he suffered, I believe he suffered a heart attack, and it was found at the very end that he also was exposed to COVID as well. Just an overall sad situation, right?
He was a great human being. I mean, you couldn't take him as anything else other than like Sugar Bear. Sweetest man that you could humanly even ask for. And the only thing that would get him over is being the Ugandan giant. You sit there, put a couple stars and moons, and have him come out with, oh God, I was going to say Howard Finkel, but that's just completely wrong.
Harvey Whippleman?
Oh my, thank you, Harvey. And Kim Chi.
Yes, and Kim Chi, absolutely.
I mean, what other person can have two managers?
Not too many people. I think the only other person that I could think of was another giant in our industry, and that was Yokozuna.
Yeah, that's the other person. That's it, Mr. Fuji and Cornette.
Absolutely. And and both of those men were giants physically, and just with the amount of love that they've had. And condolences sent out to the Harris family and everybody, all of his former colleagues and friends and all that. Condolences heading out that way as well. Once again, if Jimmy Z joins us, then I'll have to ask him about him. But what else is going on, man? Like it seems like the wrestling world never stops, man. Like there's always something going on.
It needs to literally take like a week off where everybody's low key, and so then we can actually say we have nothing to produce for you. So then we can come up with some excellent content, which is us just jabbering about nothing.
That's true.
But one thing that has striken me is that WWE moving out of the Performance Center. They graduated. It's like high school. They're out to college.
Yeah, so this is massive. Yeah, we are actually we have just gotten word that WWE, now SummerSlam is going to be taking place at the Amway Center, just right down the road from me.
On a boat in the middle next in the Pacific Ocean.
See, now that would be awesome for next year, because I still want to see SummerSlam on an actual beach, like the old WCW Bash of the Beach shows. That is what I want. But it is...
We all want that.
Yeah. One of these days, man, it's going to happen. So it's going to take place allegedly here. I believe it was John Alba, who is a reporter here in Orlando. He first broke the story that
relation to Jessica.
As far as I know, no relation.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. He broke the story saying that SummerSlam was going to take place at the Amway Center here in Orlando, and there were other reports saying that maybe more of the television productions, Raw and SmackDown, was going to take place at the Amway Center as well. That has not necessarily been confirmed yet. That is not necessarily common knowledge. We are working hard to confirm that. But as far as we know, SummerSlam is pretty much a done deal. But still, there's going to be no fans in the crowd. So I'm curious to see how it's going to look different, how it's going to be lit, because otherwise you're just going to have the same, 20-25 Performance Center students around the ring in a larger cavernous building. It's going to be a nice change of pace with the venue, but I wonder how it's going to, how different it'll actually look.
I've given this a lot of thought, and I dare say the pandemic has killed the empty arena matches.
Well, I mean, how often were we seeing empty arena matches before the pandemic
twice.
Anyway?
At least twice that I know of. Gargano and Ciampa and Rock and Foley at halftime heat.
Gargano and
both at halftime heat.
Gargano and Ciampa, that was after the pandemic started, I believe, and that was not halftime heat. I thought halftime heat was a 6-man.
Before. No. I thought I was over at two of my friends' houses watching the lame-ass Super Bowl of the Rams and the Patriots. And that's when the halftime heat was taking place for Gargano and Ciampa.
I am pretty sure that because they've only done 2 halftime heats, and there was a Rock and Foley one in 99, 99, and then there was a 6-man tag from the Performance Center where it was like Gargano, Aleister Black, and Velveteen Dream, maybe Dream wasn't face yet. Ricochet versus Ciampa, Dream, and that other guy. That's gonna kill me. I don't remember who the other guy is.
I'm looking it up right now.
Please let me know if I'm wrong, because I don't think I'm
You're probably
misremembering.
right.
But hey,
So we're looking at Aleister Black, Velveteen, and Ricochet versus Gargano, Ciampa, and Cole. Adam Cole, baby.
of course it's Adam Cole, and I believe that that made sense because Gargano was in the middle of his. No, was he in his heel run yet? I have lost, like, I have forgot so many more wrestling memories than I have. We've both been fans for so long that there's a lot of stuff that
They blend in.
it really does, and it really sucks because I love NXT, and everybody that knows me knows that I love NXT for a multitude of reasons. But that is like, it's a blur to me. Plus, it's been a really long 2020. That's what I'm gonna blame it on right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
I have no more to say than that, but yes.
Okay. Well, so basically that this pandemic has killed empty arena matches, and I completely understand, because we've been in empty arena, like, we've been having empty arena shows for the last several months, and yeah, you kind of want something new. I totally understand it.
This would be, or not, the best time to do something. This would be the absolute best time to do an Iron Man match. And let me tell you why. The last Iron Man match was Dolph Ziggler versus, I want to say, Rollins, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe it was either Backlash or an Extreme Rules show, something like that, right?
Something like that. And you know how much audiences love countdowns. They treat it just like the Royal Rumble. 2, 1. I mean, now would be the time to get those Iron Man matches out of the way. So, because you know those Performance Center guys, they ain't going to sit there and at the end of every countdown. Just saying, throwing it out there.
But do you really want to do any kind of Iron Man match where there is no intimate, tangible crowd drama? Like, I see what you're saying, that you want, appropriate crowd reactions, but you have to have, like, you can't just have this epic match with very little, very few people in the crowd. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know. I mean, look, it could work, but I don't necessarily see it working that way.
I just figured they could do it just to do it, so then they can just counteract if everybody counting down. Because remember how pissed off Ziggler and Rollins were at the end of that match?
Yes.
With everybody they took the countdown off, and everyone booed, and then they put it back on, and then they did it again. I mean, just for the sake of just getting a normal Iron Man out of the way with a countdown. Just one time. It could be a 15-minute Iron Man, for all I care.
A 15-minute Iron Man match. All right.
I'm going off WWE 2K here. All right? I could set up an Iron Man match as long as I want.
All right, wait. 2K what, though? Because if it's 2K20, then we don't talk about Fight Club. Like, that's pretty much it,
That's Raw Underground.
That's Raw Underground. That's the only Fight Club that we're here talking about. Yeah.
Speaking of Raw Underground,
sure.
Do you think that they should have brought back Union Underground to do the theme song for Raw Underground?
Forget the lies, the money. Yeah.
We're in this together.
Do it up. Yeah. Look, as much as I love Across the Nation, like, that is probably Man, is that my favorite Raw theme
Yeah.
song? Man, I think it
there's
has
too
to
many.
be. Has to be has to be the favorite. I would love to see it. Move to the music, play the effing music. Move it to the music, yeah. Speaking of which, little known trivia, did you know that song was actually going to be used as the theme song for Test?
Yes, I did know that.
I like
Because if you listen to it, it goes test, 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 test. During like somewhere in between the break.
yeah, like just right after it's the breakdown once you head right into the bridge and they just start chanting Test, and I'm like, apparently it was supposed to be a theme for Andrew Test Martin. Obviously we know what happened, but really interesting, man. It had an undoubtedly greater run as I think the theme song for Raw. It probably takes the place of Thorn in Your Eye, and I love Thorn in Your Eye. Back from like 97, 98, 99.
I believe it or not, I enjoyed Nickelback's "Burn It to the Ground."
So
It was a sleeper.
Look, man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've hated a Raw theme song yet. I think every Raw theme song, I have liked it for what it is. Nickelback is probably on the lower end, but Burn It to the Ground, it was fine. Like, you kind of knew the type of music WWE was going to use. You're going to have your Skillets, you're going to have your Nickelbacks, you're going to have your I mean, at the time, not necessarily for show
Roach
themes, but your Papa Roach. To Be Loved was also one of the greatest Raw themes, and I'm not even a huge Papa Roach fan like that. I really like that theme. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I just wanna be loved, but it doesn't really fit Raw. I ever thought.
I think
It's just how I thought.
the verses, I want domination, I want your submission, I gotta roll the dice, never look back, never think twice. And then the chorus, I just want to be loved. I mean, look, it makes sense.
Closing line, and then you got your graphic of Cena saluting you. I just want to be loved, salute, and
maybe I like that so much because if I'm not mistaken, they didn't have any pyro during the Nickelback era, right? I think pyro ended when they introduced Burn It to the Ground.
Probably. That was like 2007.
No, it wasn't that early. It was like Burn It to the Ground.
2010.
Yeah, man, it was around there. Like, they didn't have pyro for a minute. Yeah.
Hey, where else can you get Raw breakdown of past theme music?
Hey,
right here on the Atomic Drop Show.
Hey, look, we can dedicate an entire episode just to ranking Raw and SmackDown theme songs. Now, SmackDown theme songs, I hate most of them. Like, this is probably blasphemy to music fans everywhere. I can't stand the current theme song. Are you ready for a good time?
For a good time.
I'm not an AC/DC fan.
Oh my God, I just introduced my son to AC/DC this week.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. He absolutely loves it. He's like, I like this song. He's like, what's it called, kid? It's like, Thunderstruck. Like, my son, come over here. The prodigal child. I hugged the prodigal child. I went, thank you.
Look, God bless the kid.
And I also introduced him, and I said, you know, this song right here, it's the theme song that Eric Bischoff came out to. Back in Black.
True. Wait, he came out to Back in Black in WCW?
He came out to Black and Black, like when he, like the handshake and hug.
Oh, like when he
the first appearance.
That, like, it was an actual, like, not the I'm Back theme, but the actual.
Well, AC/DC. That's also why I also play for like Jimmy Z too. Fun fact.
No, I know that's what the song was, but I never like watched that show live. So I've only seen it like I've only seen clips where they don't actually show the full theme song. Or I think if they do, it's always like a dubbed version where they put in the I'm Back that they made him.
I'm back.
Yo, SmackDown's
better than ever.
By the neck, making things better.
Making things better. Face the facts. Your opinion don't matter.
It's maniac.
I'm a maniac.
Yeah. Yeah. What, dude? We could break down theme songs all day.
Karaoke night. Maybe in next year's BICBP Radio Network we have Superstar Raw theme, SmackDown theme, karaoke. License to print money right there.
We could totally do that. Hey, a year in advance. Look, if The Rock and Cena did it a year in advance, then let's book it. We're gonna book it a year out. It's official.
Excellent. Look forward to seeing you in 2021, buddy.
But dude, like, so, we're only almost a half hour into the show, and we've totally gotten to none of the topics that we wanted to yet. No. But it's okay. Because
before we go, I want to hear your SmackDown music first. Before we go any further, I want to hear this list, and then we can continue. Because now I feel like I just need to know.
Like my favorite theme for SmackDown?
Yes.
Dude, that is jeez. I mean, who that's a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna run down the list of themes. I just off the top of my head, my favorite theme is the theme that I associate the most with SmackDown, and it was during, for my money, the glory days of SmackDown, the original glory days of SmackDown, and that's I Want It All. With the black and white, the come. Hey, yo, it's my life, my tights, I don't know the words, but whatever, man. That is my favorite one, but let me run down here, see what the heck we got. We have Everybody on the Ground, the original theme, the theme song that nobody really knows the words to.
Oh yeah. And that's like that little guitar or whatever.
Yeah.
Good old Jim Johnson.
The Beautiful People was actually nice. That
was
yeah. That was good too.
that was also an ECW one too for like a second.
The Beautiful People?
Yes. So you don't you are not as in tune to WWE ECW as I was.
Dude, I remember they had another Maryland song, but I don't remember The Beautiful People though.
It was literally the like right after the Benoit tragedy hit, and they just threw on The Beautiful People because whatever the theme song was before, they said, yeah, we can't have this right now. So they threw up The Beautiful People for 1 week only.
What was the other song? Yeah, what song did they
Oh my God.
The first theme was Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
Yeah, thank you.
Drowning Pool. Yeah.
They switched that shit out immediately and went to Beautiful People, and then it turned into oh my God, I had it as my ringtone back in my flip phone.
Want me to tell you?
Yes.
It's the other Maryland song, right?
No, this is
Are you sure?
oh yeah, this is a WWE produced song.
Nah, before Don't Question My Heart, there was another Maryland.
Don't Question My Heart.
There was this song, This Is the New Shit by Marilyn Manson.
Oh yes.
Babble,
yes,
babble,
yes,
bitch,
yes,
bitch,
yes,
rebel,
yes.
rebel, potty, potty, sex. Yeah. So that one. And I think that's what they replaced Bodies with.
Yes, it was.
And then it was, I heard you been looking for me, but you look for trouble. You're gonna see that words are dangerous. Talk is cheap. Now I'm standing here, still standing here.
Don't question my heart.
Oh yeah,
Now,
man, absolutely.
Fun fact about that song: if you listen to the beginning when they do that duet,
Mm-hmm.
when they say "Don't question my heart," you hear two different. They didn't sync that up at all. Being a musician, that drives me nuts.
Wait, this guy said being a musician. What the heck do you play?
Dude,
I've known you for freaking like
I was in
12 years.
I was in the chorus for 12 years. I have a Letterman's jacket.
Well, I had one, but it was thrown away. But my man, I forgot about that.
It's all good. Not a lot of people know that. Fun, just-in-time fact, he was a chorus nerd and continued on through college.
Hey, so band nerd over here. Instrumentalist, man. I gotcha.
There you go. But yeah, if you listen to it, they go, it's like, oh my God.
Don't question my heart.
I mean, other than that, though, if you listen throughout the rest of the song, they hit it every time. It's just that first take, it's like, how couldn't they just like dub that or fix that? But, whatever. It
was a rare miss by Jim Johnston. A super rare miss.
It had to be. But love the Don't Question My Heart theme from ECW.
Don't Question My Heart. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's when you knew that it was fully WWE. Like, I didn't like that first year, and we were talking about it either last week on the show or off the air, but like the first year of WWE ECW wasn't that bad. It wasn't the original ECW, but it was pretty good for what it was. First like 6 months, it was pretty good.
I have very, very fond memories of that, the very first run of it.
Yeah,
I was at a bar with all my friends and coworkers. And I remember just looking up and I went, oh, son of a bitch. They brought it back. And out comes the zombie. And for the last hour, I sat at the bar, literally at the bar, and I told everyone, I'll get back to you in 1 hour. And I sat, I drank, and I watched WWE ECW at the bar. And I was happy.
That made you happy. Well,
oh my God. It was so good.
Look,
I could look back and think of that, and I have such fond memories of being at the bar watching it with my friends and such. At least that feeling of like smoke and smell of booze and just sweat because it was just so hot out. Like all that stuff just comes racing back to me when I watch that era. It's a hell of a good feeling.
Getting nostalgic for WWE ECW. I'm not gonna hate you for it. Not gonna hate you for it. Dude, that's another thing too. Like just with like SmackDown theme songs, is that they have a bunch. Just peep the list. Everybody on the ground.
Okay.
The Beautiful People. I Want It All. The Sex, the Excess, the Much Success. Stress Sucks. I Want It All. No less. Come on. Rise Up. Rise Up.
Yep. Rise Up.
I forget how it starts. Wasn't that the something? And I won't be denied, 'cause all I got left is my pride.
And all shout it out, come on out, take your turn, twist and shout, something like that.
Yeah.
Come on. And then there's the Undertaker at the final picture.
And then there was Rise Up 2006, which was the like basically a faster paced version with a little like guitar riff at the beginning. Yeah. Anyway, same thing. Oh, one of my least favorites. If You Rock Like Me.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember this one.
If You Rock Like Me. It was like, oh man, I want to like look up these words here. If you rock
like me.
If you rock like me, you gon' stand the ground and to take the pain. And when you going down, it was a miss.
I don't remember this.
It was like, oh God, these lyrics. If I'm on the floor, don't ever count me out, 'cause I will stand up strong. It's what I'm all about. 'Cause if you rock like me, you always stand your ground and you take the pain, or else you're going down. No? Nothing?
Nothing. That's a hard miss.
Yeah, that is If You Rock Like Me. October 3rd, 2008 through September 25th, 2009. That lasted 1 year.
That's probably why.
And they were like, nah, sorry. Next was Let It Roll. Let It Roll by Divide the Day. No. All I know is let it roll, I'm unstoppable.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that one.
That was only there for a year as well. Hangman by Rev Theory, which was, I believe it was used as a bumper theme coming in and out of commercials. I don't know if that was a full-blown... I don't think that was a full-blown intro theme. And then, probably my least favorite SmackDown theme ever.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Is it Green Day?
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Do you know the enemy?
My enemy. Love that theme.
Oh, jeez, that was terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
no, man.
Oh,
You know your enemy. Your enemy.
dude.
Mind you, I'm also a Green Day mark. So that's right there, man. Right in the wheelhouse. I was like, best theme.
Dude, I mean, look, maybe it was
21st Century Breakdown. Just saying.
Oh, hey, true.
Have the album.
Hey, dude, man, I stopped at American Idiot, but I maybe it's not the actual song, but I just remember being bored during that era of SmackDown. You had The Undertaker, you had Rey Mysterio, you had Kane, you had The Big Show and Sheamus main eventing. And it's like, come on, man. Like,
that's the monsters right there.
Yeah. I just like, I appreciate them now, but at the time I wasn't really a big fan. So it might not necessarily be the song, but it did run for 2 years, 2010 through 2012. And then one of my favorite themes that was probably underrated, I really liked Born to Run.
By Bruce Springsteen?
No, it was by this group called Seven Lions. And I can't play the actual song because, you know, we're on YouTube and copyright strikes. But I'm going to butcher the actual singing part, but I've been butchering songs for the last half hour. But the song goes, if the skies fall down, it don't matter. You know the sun is coming up. Wait. Oh, shoot. How's the thing go? Damn it. How's that line go? Something. We will never shatter. Oh, damn it. I don't know a particular line, but the last one was, we were born to run. Skies turn black. Don't matter. No. All right. That was also 2 years, 2012 through 2014.
Seems to be the lifespan of SmackDown.
About 2 years, 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you had This Life from CFOs. But that was used as a bumper, and then Centuries by Fall Out Boy was only for SmackDown 15, and then there's Black and Blue. Black and Blue. Black and blue, I crawl to you. I'm breaking down what now was gone. Back to you, find another way. I go on and on and on and on. I think this I created. The next part of me.
That's familiar.
On and on and on and on. Boom. It's, you know, maybe if you heard the actual version.
It has to.
Yeah. And then there's Take a Chance, which is SmackDown's second golden age. And that's, you know, it's like, take a chance now. There's no turning back. There ain't no way back. I don't know how the hell the song goes because I don't really watch SmackDown like that. But that was a theme for like 3 years. July 2016 through September 24th, 2019, and then Are You Ready for a Good Time?
Good time. As soon as they got bought by Fox.
Yeah. Well, shoot, you get that Fox money, and Vince is like, "Yo, I'm paying for AC/DC. Damn it."
Of course, he loves AC/DC. Hey, fun fact: I went back to watch Highway to Hell 1998. They did not use that in the WWE network.
SummerSlam
Highway to
98?
Hell is not in SummerSlam 1998. Highway to Hell
Yeah.
tour. They did not play AC/DC Highway to Hell.
I mean, it makes sense because it costs a lot of money. I don't blame them one bit.
But, you know, Vince loves ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
You didn't know that?
I no, but I don't really
Oh
check
my-
for ZZ Top like that either.
Nah, he absolutely loves ZZ Top. I don't know why. It's a thing.
Hey, to each their own. To each their own. Absolutely.
Well, then again, he also named a pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire. So, segue. How about that Keith Lee, huh?
Keith Lee got a fireball right to the face, gave him the
That's what
Sheik
she said.
special. I don't think Mia ever says that. That notwithstanding, much respect, by the way. No disrespect if somebody ever, if somebody ever goes back and tries to pull some cancel culture stuff on me. Anyway, yeah, Keith Lee got a fireball right to the face, and there is this feud that that is being built between him and Karrion Kross along with Scarlett, and I think it is one of the better feuds going in all of wrestling right now. Keith Lee, major angle, props to him. Looking to see what they do at NXT Takeover. That should be an interesting clash of styles. I'm a massive Keith Lee fan, and obviously Karrion Kross has that backing, and he is a star. Him and Scarlett they are presented like absolute badasses, and I am curious to see what they will do. Will Keith Lee be a 1 month, like 1 or 2 month long champion? I don't know. You hate to see it, but they are pushing Cross hard, and Keith Lee, he's kind of been he's been dominant really ever since kind of like the fall of 2019. So Cross might be that guy to take the title off him. What I would like to see is a long-term feud with these two. I want to see them go back and forth, maybe headline 1 or 2 other takeovers, and really get some length out of this feud, because I think they can do some really good work here.
I wholeheartedly agree right there. I don't like it when you just crown a champion and immediately you just take the belt right off of them, unless it's due to like personal injury or something like that. We off air we talked about the 1998 King of the Ring and how Kane won the championship for 24 hours. Like, well, called that one. I just want to admit that to everyone else. Called that one,
dude.
And
I knew you were gonna bring it up on the show. I'm like, you had to call your wins, bruh. Had to call your wins.
That's it. Call my shot, baby.
Absolutely.
Babe Ruth it. But I don't understand like the reasoning if they do it. I always consider that a cheap way out. Only other time. What was okay? You're gonna have to help me.
Sure.
I want to say it was the United States title maybe about 2-3 years ago with AJ Styles and Nakamura? ? And those two were trading off wins back and forth for the championship.
Oh, was it Nakamura at the time?
I know it was AJ.
So
I can't remember.
So it was either... Was AJ the heel or babyface?
Or was it Owens? It was Owens.
Because that was my first thought. I think it was Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens was doing his whole Face of America gimmick, and
got the shirt.
And he nice. and he might that might have been during that particular period of time. I
gonna
could
have
be wrong.
To say it was. I mean, that was just like a sense of, oh, we screwed up, and they had to take it off and make the change. I mean, that circumstances arise, and you know what? That's plausible too. You know, that is excusable. That did not go according to plan.
Sure.
However, I mean, I hate seeing like a month-long champion of something, with the exception of Goldberg. That shit sucks.
Well, look, you know, I think you can kind of get away with the mid card titles changing a bit more frequently, but you're already gonna have a guaranteed new champion with a with the North American ladder match, the North American Championship ladder match. There is a new champion that's going to be crowned because Keith Lee, he relinquished that championship when he became double champion. So because of that, it kind of would seem like a foolish move to have Keith Lee relinquish one title so that he can defend the NXT title and have him lose on his first time out. It doesn't really seem right.
No.
I could possibly see some kind of disputed finish where neither Cross or Keith Lee wins, or maybe there's, either some kind of
get a stipulation. You're gonna get a stipulation, and you're gonna get a rubber match.
Yeah, some kind of thing to make it, to make them run it back, because it seems like too early for Keith to drop it, but it also seems like too early for Cross to take a pinfall loss, especially since he kicked the crap out of Tommaso Ciampa back at TakeOver in Your House last month. So was it last month? No, June.
2 months. 2 months ago.
So we will see there. Lots of exciting things going on with NXT. I mean, that is my brand. I have to put it out there. My guy Swerve, I hope he finally gets an actual TakeOver match and he gets a chance to take the Cruiserweight Championship off of Santos Escobar. I hope to see that match. They killed it on another platform in Lucha Underground. Certainly two different characters, but their wrestling styles, and to see them on a TakeOver would be incredible. Also, like I mentioned, the North American Championship ladder match, a lot of interesting combustible elements in that match. Plus you have Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai. We are looking at Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez as well. It's shaping up to be a really good card. So I'm looking forward to TakeOver next Saturday. But you got to let me know what's happening on the AEW front, because you are the resident AEW guy. I know a little bit, but tell me what the heck is going on up there in Jacksonville.
So before I even want to, I want to get your opinion real quick on something.
Sure, absolutely.
We spoke briefly, or at least I spoke briefly, about Goldberg and how he is rather upset with Roman Reigns, calling him just during the whole pandemic and just kind of hiding away.
Goldberg said that?
Yes.
Of all the people complaining about hiding away and only and not showing up.
Well, I think he's still bitter over the WrestleMania match he was supposed to have with Roman.
But it wouldn't have been the same. I mean, look, for Goldberg, and it's not even just Goldberg. I think for anybody to say to Roman Reigns, of all people, a cancer survivor, a double cancer survivor, to be like, hey, look, I'm not really comfortable right now, showing up to work like that. I don't think nobody reasonable would or should have that thought of, hey, he should have showed up to work and he should have just gone in and did his job, when legitimately, I mean, and this was like at the height of the
pandemic.
Of the pandemic and of the height of uncertainty of, we didn't know what could happen. We didn't really know who was going to be the most affected. But I mean, there were people who were compromised, who were being told from the beginning, hey, don't go out, don't do anything, because you are the most at risk. And considering what Roman Reigns had, it makes complete sense. So for Goldberg to say anything of the sort, for anybody in the company to, especially publicly, say anything like that, downing Roman Reigns, it's absolutely incredibly short-sighted, ridiculous, and quite frankly, selfish. No matter what, the match was going to be what it was going to be. Like, it wasn't going to necessarily be, some kind of marquee match on a grander stage, because it was still going to be in the Performance Center, because they were going to cancel the stadium show anyway. It was going to be the same no matter what. So Goldberg, his whole outlook on that, unless he gave a very specific reason, his whole outlook seems to be rather childish and heartless, considering what his potential prospective opponent has been through. It's completely ridiculous.
There you go. Okay, on the AEW.
No, well, no. You can't just leave the rope only for me to hang myself. What'd you think about his comments?
Yeah, you pretty much just summed up what I wanted to say. I ain't meaning to write off the coattails, but you literally summed it all up and pretty much said, yeah.
Yeah, look,
you can't sit there and badmouth somebody who pretty much taking his own life into consideration. It's literally a suicide run. We're not kamikaze pilots. We're not going after Pearl Harbor.
And it's like, look, Goldberg sat home so that he could be paid out his full contract, be paid out his full Turner contract from WCW. Now, he's well within his rights to do that as a businessman, that he could sit that out so he could make money. Roman Reigns is sitting out because of a potentially life-threatening pandemic, because of his life-threatening illness. And it's like, he's extremely short-sighted. And I'm going to leave it at that, because when I get hired at that company, I'm sure somebody is probably going to bring this audio up and try to screw me out of it. So in either event, I think Goldberg's comments were wrong and is misguided. And I hope that his comments were taken out of context. I really hope so, because otherwise he sounded kind of like a dick. No doubt about it.
There you go.
Now, what's going on in Tony Khan's Playhouse? Please tell me. What's up?
Orange Cassidy came out with a big win over Chris Jericho. He beat Chris Jericho in the middle of the ring without help from the Best Friends, and without the help of the Best Friend's mom's van. So I do enjoy the fan gimmick. That freaking hilarious. We do have the makings of the FTR finally getting hopefully their hands on the Young Bucks coming up soon. They decided to spike Pile Drive. I believe it was Ricky Morton.
What?
Which
What?
I was.
What? Ricky Morton got? Huh? What in the world? I knew it was Tag Team Appreciation Night. Like, I knew that, but dude got hit with the spike Pile Driver joint.
Oh yeah.
Nah, bruh. Nah, man.
Yeah. Spike Pile Driver. I marked out for a second, like, damn, it's a Pile Driver.
Dude.
Truth.
Nah, that is incredible. So now I'd imagine, I mean,
sold it like a champ too.
Well, I mean, who do you expect? Of course. Like, what do you expect? Like, come on. He's a selling champ. Naturally, man. He got so much babyface heat. Man, it was great. So I have to go out of my way. Like, I still have all my AEW episodes saved on the DVR. Man, I gotta check them out. I think I'm like 7 or 8 episodes back. So I just gotta go through my marathon. I'm all caught up on NXT, and I now have to go back, catch up on AEW before next Wednesday, because I'm curious. Actually, no, not next Wednesday, because I believe next week AEW's on Saturday, right?
Yep, you're correct. NBA Finals. Feels weird to say that. And,
Is it the finals or just the playoffs?
Playoffs, fine. Something. I don't follow, obviously, NBA too closely. However,
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm curious to see kind of this progression of FTR since they've debuted. I've been seeing a lot of positive reviews with their matches against Butcher and the Blade, them against the Lucha Brothers, just various tag teams, and them forming this friendship with the Young Bucks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking to see how the storyline plays out, because it seems to be received pretty positively.
It absolutely does. I'm going to send you the link of that Spike Pile Driver right now, so you can get caught up to watch that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Also, Arn called FTR the best tag team in the world, and I cannot deny that. He is pausing to watch this video clip that I have sent him.
Oh, shoot, man. I can, talk at the same time, man. It's no big deal.
Oh, there you go.
No big deal at all. Here we go. And, he got whacked in the back. And, that's clean. Oh my God. Oh, he spiked him. Oh, good God. On the replay. Oh, shoot, man, on the replay. Wait a minute. Wait. Off the top. Oh, my God.
It felt so good to watch a Pile Driver.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, it's like, I miss Pile Drivers.
Wow. Yeah, that looked brutal. I freaking loved it. Tag Team Appreciation Night, bringing back a Spike Pile Driver. Nothing better. You gotta love it.
Absolutely. I'll send you at least one more link too. This is Samoa Joe and MJF too. They are walking down a hallway.
I did see that, and I saw.
Oh, you saw the comparison.
I saw the comparison. Samoa Joe making his way. I think it was Takeover Brooklyn when he was defending against. Oh, who was he defending against? I don't think it was Nakamura, because Nakamura won the belt from Bobby Roode, right? Or
Yes.
or did Bobby Roode? Who did he win it from? I forget. Either way, I saw that, and then MJF did the same thing to actually a local wrestler here in the Florida scene, Angel Fashion. He's really good. So if we're going by lineage here, in several years, Angel Fashion is going to be that guy who's lighting up the scene. So look out for him. He's very, very good. Go to YouTube, go to Instagram. He is one of those key talents. I spent time with him down here in Orlando with Pro Wrestling 2.0, but he's known all across the Florida area. He's really, really good as well. So that's a nice little callback here for MJF to pull a Samoa Joe on somebody else and kind of just give the Joe rub to somebody else, man. I like that. Nice little callback.
MJF is the best thing they have going for them in AEW.
That's not saying a lot for him then. But
no, I know you're not a fan of his skill set and move set, much like me and Ray.
Oh, here
However,
we go.
just how entertaining he is.
Sure.
On the mic.
I get it.
Like leaps and bounds. I mean, he gives homage to people like you said, like Joe, and just how he presents himself, and how the following week he sat there and he listens to Cornette's podcast because he used the exact same words as Cornette. And he literally word for word too. I was watching it and listened to it, and I went, "Oh, son of a bitch!"
Yeah. See,
so he's got that. He's got the rub.
Yeah. So look, I will reserve judgment because I'm hearing a lot of good things about MJF's run. Doing his whole campaign thing to become AEW champion. I'm seeing a lot of people who have even vested interest in WWE success saying good things about it, MJF. So I'll have to watch it for myself and maybe I will be impressed. But I think overall MJF is he's a good talker. But things kind of fall apart. I think in a few years he could do massive things. But right now, to me, it seems a little early. But hey, they are pushing something new. Which, if you tuned in to our PodCon showcase, I had said that AEW hasn't really done anything new, and they're at least trying with MJF. He's been undefeated this entire time, and it seems like he's been a priority of theirs. So kudos to him. Kudos.
I mean, he's going to be facing off Moxley coming up. And is it too soon to throw the belt on him, or do we just continue rolling down the Moxley train?
If you don't drop the belt here, what other heel do you have? I think, I
don't think you have one.
It sucks because Moxley, I wish he would have had a full run with a full crowd. But that's kind of how I feel about MJF, where if he has his heel run and you have him, just cutting these scathing promos, you want that visceral crowd reaction from a full crowd as well. So you're in a tough spot. And I think if you're going to have the same missing fans regardless, I would think that the better move would be to switch the title so that you could have fresh matchups on top. Because heel wise, Moxley ran through Cage, Moxley ran through Brody Lee, Moxley ran through Hager, Moxley ran through Jericho, Moxley ran through
Darby Allin.
Through Darby Allin, it's kind of it's kind of slim at the top right now on the heel side. But if you're MJF, you could have a Moxley rematch. You can do Darby again. You can do the Jungle Boy match. Now, I'm not saying he's going to like win the title in the next 3 months or so, but you could do that match. But you could also do Matt Hardy. You could also do any member of the Elite. You could have anybody. And and once again, I just want to throw this out there. The promo battles, if they keep Eddie Kingston or if they turn him, I don't really know what his standing is, but if you bring in Kingston full time as a babyface,
he signed his contract, so he is all in.
Right, but I meant on TV. I don't know if he's been on AEW since the Cody match.
No,
but if you bring him in full time as an edgy face, give me that whole joke of Barney Gumble. Just inject it into my veins. Give me Eddie Kingston and MJF in a promo battle. Hey, that's fine. Give me that promo battle and some plunder. I'm all set. Like, just give me 2 months of that, and I will turn my entire opinion around on AEW. So there's options there for MJF as a heel champion. I'd like to see it.
I mean, I think everybody wants to see it too. I mean, you spoke about how Moxley got gypped because of the pandemic. I mean, same can go for McIntyre too. I mean, McIntyre got screwed. Yeah,
man. I do feel for McIntyre, but he's done everything right. He hasn't done a single thing wrong. He has treated that championship like the ultimate prize. His promos are really good. His matches are really good. His presence, all of that stuff that Vince, and people backstage proclaimed back in 2009 and 2010 is coming to fruition even more so on a grand stage right now. It just sucks that the fans aren't along with him on this journey on this grand stage. I think whenever fans are allowed back into arenas, which who knows, I think the second time he wins this championship, because deep down I think Randy's gonna win at SummerSlam. I think when it does happen, fans are gonna go absolutely crazy for him, because he's been doing the best work of his career, and he deserves an audience to sorry Keith, bask in that glory with him.
There you go. Fun fact, I still have my AEW tickets for November for Rochester, if that ever happens.
I think you might want to just hold on to those as collector's items, man. I don't know if fans are going to come back anytime soon, my man. You certainly hope so, but
we were the next show. We were the next week. The next week.
Wait,
it sucks.
Was your show the Blood and Guts show? Or
no, our show was Hardy and Brody when they made their debuts on the same show.
Right, but I thought that was supposed to be the Blood and Gut, essentially the War Game show. I thought that's what it was supposed to be that night. No, that one was supposed to be in Jersey. I think yours was the week before. Either way.
Yes.
Either way, it sucks, man, because I know you were looking mad forward to that. Mad forward to it.
I got camera side, too. I got hard camera.
Bummer, dude. Bummer. Sucks, man. Hey, all of our years have been...
You know what sucks?
What sucks?
Going to a Fozzy concert without protection.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that, you spending all this time inside, all this time social distancing, all this time, not going out to eat, not, just going out, not working, not doing anything, trying to be safe. And then one day you up and decide, I'm going to go to Sturgis of all places. I'm going to go to freaking Road Wild, and I'm going to freaking go there and see Fozzy. Now look, I'm not gonna lie. I think Fozzy's all right. I don't seek out their music that often, but I think they're okay. Fozzy has a few bops, like they got a bop or two, you feel me? But I would never.
Yeah, hey, big shout out to Mongoose McQueen.
Yes. Big shout out. I would never. Yours truly would never decide to go and travel to go see Fozzy where there is no social distancing taking place at all. It is just outright anarchy. Just people hanging out all over each other, singing, all that jazz. Like, you trying to risk it all for Fozzy? I'm pretty sure like Smash Mouth had a show of the weekend too.
Yeah.
I'm like, Fozzy, Smash Mouth, and there was like somebody else that was like I don't want to say a name and have it not be true, but it was somebody like just kind of the same ilk of like, really? For them? Like, not somebody that's, like an all-time great. Smash Mouth?
Right.
Fozzy?
I mean, you've been locked up for that long. You have your option. Which option would you take to see? Smash Mouth or Fozzy?
Neither one.
You get one concert. You got to pick one.
I don't want to pick one. I choose to live.
I mean, you've been locked up for a long time, and you get your option. Rolling back that rock, man. You get to go pick one concert.
Neither one. All right, fine.
Hey, now you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go
okay,
play.
I only know that song and "Walking on the Sun." I only know two Smash Mouth songs, and
they also did "I'm a Believer" too for Shrek.
Okay, so it's a cover of the Monkees, right? Okay, it's a cover of the Monkees. Cool. Look, I could watch Shrek. I could watch Rat Race. I could watch whatever movie Walking on the Sun is from, and I could just watch those from the comfort of my own home and risk getting sick in my own home rather than going outside. Fozzy is the same kind of thing, but if all things are equal, I doubt I would be afforded the opportunity to go see Fozzy anywhere. So if I had to do it, if you put those two options in front of me and I just had to make a choice, like I had to go risk it, it would probably be for Fozzy, but it would be completely under duress. It would not be in my first 100 choices.
All right. See, that's all I needed to know.
You want to put me on the spot over Fozzy? Over Smash Mouth?
That's all I wanted. It's all I wanted to know.
Over All Star? Over freaking Judas? Over, I mean, nah. Sorry. Nah. Could not do it.
I just wanted to know your take, man. Just had to know your take. Which one would you go to?
Although both of them do beat Trapped. Trapped, I hate Trapped.
Yeah. Not a big Trapped fan.
Like, I think Trapped might have been the other band.
I think it was. I want to say it was.
Headstrong will take you on. I don't know that, right? That's them, right? Headstrong?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're big chuds. So, pause.
Trapper Keeper.
Oh, man. So, Chris Jericho, apparently Chris Jericho is not getting along well with your guy, old Corny. Now, I know,
No. He's not getting a row with the guy with Sebastian Bach from Skid Row too.
Jim Cornette is or Chris Jericho isn't. So Jericho just has all the enemies right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the hate. That's what happens when you're Le Champion.
I could see it.
But let's hit Corny and then let's talk about Sebastian Bach.
I'll let you take the lead on that.
All right. So, you know what? Then let me hit Sebastian Bach.
Okay.
There's been a Twitter feud. I don't know how in-depth you've been on this.
I am on Twitter, but I'm not on the Jericho Sebastian Bach side of Twitter. That's what I'll say.
Okay. So, apparently, Sebastian Bach called out Jericho for not being a real performer and lip-syncing his songs. Jericho songs. And yep.
That is one of the most like that is one of the worst things you could be accused of as an entertainer. That is bad.
I mean, the only person I know that can get away with it, Miley Cyrus back on SNL. No, it wasn't Miley. It was Jessica Simpson. Or no,
it was Ashley Simpson, bruh.
Jessica Simpson. Ashley, yeah.
Bro, which yo, shout out to Ashley Simpson with Lil Hoedown in 2004 on SNL. Shout out to the little jig.
Pieces of Me, right there.
Yes.
Pieces of Me. But yeah, Sebastian Bach sat there, literally called him out and said, "You, me, we need to have a sing-off." And
oh God,
Jericho said, "Anytime, anywhere." So then Sebastian Bach countered back with how real musicians need to stand up over 5'4", and literally just called Jericho a short little bitch.
Dang, dude, really?
Oh, it's been bad. Oh, you're gonna make me look it up now. Oh, because some of these tweets from Sebastian Bach have been completely digging. Sebastian Bach.
Riveting.
Jericho.
Riveting radio here on the Atomic Drop
Isn't
Show.
it?
Hey, by the way, once again, if you want to call, 803-369-3537. Not sure how much time we have, but if you want to sneak in here real quick, by all means. But please tell me, what the heck did Bach say?
Let me see right here. I will read you from blabbermouth.net. Chris Jericho sings a cappella version of Skid Row's Youth Gone Wild after being accused by Sebastian Bach of, quote, miming to a tape. Just days after he was publicly accused by former Skid Row singer Sebastian Bach of using pre-recorded vocal tracks during live performances, Fozzy frontman Chris Jericho sang an a cappella version of one of Skid Row's biggest hits. During last night's episode of Saturday Night Special, Jericho's weekly live series, which airs on YouTube channel and Facebook page, Chris ended the show by tacking the chorus of Youth Gone Wild, Skid Row's first single from the group's self-titled debut album, calling it a tribute to a great band. Jericho sang all the lines, and I quote, "They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and won't fall. We are one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild." While clearly struggling to hit some of the higher notes, he later posted an extended version of his Youth Gone Wild rendition on Twitter, writing the caption, "Saturday Night Sing-Along, one of my all-time favorite tunes, Skid Row." On July 16th, Jericho challenged Bach to a sing-off with no effects, no tuning, no bullshit, in response to Sebastian's claim that Jericho mimes to a tape during Fozzie's live shows. "Boss is a great singer, but I am better," Jericho wrote on Twitter. The wrestler turned singer added, I've never mimed anything ever. I will fucking sing in your face anytime, any place, dude. I've been a fan and a defender of you since day one, but you don't ever question my rock abilities." Bach fired back, "You're full of shit, bro. Every clip on the internet is you miming to a tape. I will sing in your fucking face anytime. Wrestling is not rock and roll. I will show you fucking rock and roll. Check your texts. Set up the sing-off. I am ready whenever you are." In response, Fozzie's guitarist Rich Ward called Sebastian universally disliked and said that seeing Bach, quote, "publicly go after the only guy I have ever witnessed utter a nice word about him is sad." Sebastian,
Wow.
who has been outspoken about rock bands using pre-recorded backing tracks during live shows, later tried to explain his outbursts, writing, "I am not trying to beat anyone at anything. I am actually trying to say, hey, Chris, maybe you're right. Maybe I'll stop singing live and prance around while the tape is playing just like you do, Chris. I am tired of trying so hard it's like beating my head against the wall." After a self-proclaimed Bach fan called Sebastian an asshat on Twitter for firing the first shot in his wars with Jericho, Bach came back with, hey man, fuck you. I spent my life learning how to sing on stage. When someone comes along and mimes to a tape, it sucks for all of the rest of us that don't. You don't want to see a good wrestling match. You want to see a good wrestling match. Don't call it rock and roll. Jericho has long been suspected of relying on backing tapes during Fozzie's live performance. When the band played in Canada in November 2018, several concertgoers accused Jericho of singing along to pre-recorded tracks. After a video of Fozzie's Toronto gig surfaced online, Bach weighed in, writing on his personal Facebook account, "Wow, he mimes to tape very well."
Yikes.
Yes.
So, yeah, that is, that's a lot. Like, that's quite a feud. Are we working? Are they shooting? Is it from the hip? What's the deal?
I think they're shooting. So we have a couple tweets here. I will read them out to you. From somebody on Twitter named Travis Walsh. "Man, at I Am Jericho is starting to look like Sebastian Bach. Hashtag AEW." Sebastian Bach replied, every single day for the last 2 or 3 years, somebody tells me this.
Wow.
Also, Brian Haslip from Twitter replied, he tours with his band, right? I've seen him live a couple times. He's not lip syncing." Sebastian Bach tweeted back, "Cool. Let's see a clip of that." Then because every single clip I have seen is Milli Vanilli.
Oh boy. Oh goodness. Okay.
Jericho then responds, "I sing my ass off every night, dude. Do you really want to go there?" Okay. Then we also have from Ron at the Drab 4 responding, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Why be a hater when you can be such a failure as well? Showing two Spotify accounts. Jericho then says, wow, my band is more popular than Sebastian Bach's. Hashtag lip singers.
This
tweet came from July. Oh, it keeps going. I got tons of tweets here.
Okay.
So here we're getting to the meat and potatoes now. July 16th, 2020. Chris Jericho. I am Jericho. Hi, I'm Chris Milli Vanilli Jericho. I have 5 top 30 singles in the last 5 years with my band Fozzy Rock. I'm a huge fan of Sebastian Bach, who had 3 top 30 singles 30 years ago. I always admired him as a singer and as a friend, and I still do. Sebastian Bach tweeted back, that's great. That's great. Ooh, let me reread this. That's great. Is there a clip of you actually singing live? Because all I have ever seen are clips of you miming to a tape. Congratulations on the radio hits, and your hair is certainly looking good these days. Thumbs up.
Dang.
To which Sebastian Bach says, yeah, I've starred in a television show called The Hit List on VH1 about 15 years before you even posted this meme. Jericho then replied back, okay, gloves are off. You, quote, starred along with 59 other people. Let's stop this now. And then it goes on to having direct text messages from Sebastian Bach to Chris Jericho, to which Sebastian Bach tweeted, what does everyone have to do to get a response out of the most amazing singer of all time at I Am Jericho? I have been trying to get a response from this vocalist who is so much better than I am. I just ask him and he will tell you. And the text messages go to Chris Jericho. Hey man, do you ever suck? Nice video online. What a complete joke. You are one complete talent as fuck. Get your own shit and quit copying me badly. Your singing sucks. You should stop singing for the benefit of all mankind. Is this still your number, pussy? Accept your challenge to a singing match. If you accept my challenge to a whooping your fucking ass match, believe me, it won't be much of a match unless you bring like a phone book to stand on or something, you fucking pussy. You're such a joke. I can't wait to kick the shit out of you just for fun. Believe me, it won't be much of a match unless you're bringing like a phone book to stand. Oh, that's right. You already said that. Oh, also, hey Shrimp, why don't you text me back, you fucking asshole? To which his final comment was, pussy.
I think that is
Yes, your thoughts.
I think that is one giant work. But hey, or at least if it started off real, which I don't know if it did, it definitely ended up as a work. I totally think so. Cause typically if Jericho is like legitimately pissed, or if he's not in on it, he'll stop playing into it. So I'm pretty sure that it's, just something to occupy his time, and, just trying to get him some mainstream buzz, I guess. I mean, I don't know how mainstream, Sebastian Bach and friggin' like his band is, but it smells like a work to me. But if people are getting excited over it, let me stop, because I'm gonna say some things that are gonna piss off a lot of people. That was a dope song, but that's all I'll say about that. It does seem like a work though. But hey, dope. It works.
There you go. So then we flip over to Cornette.
And he talks more than Sebastian Bach does. All right. What did he say? What the hell's the deal there?
So pretty much, Chris Jericho has banned Jim Cornette from watching AEW.
All right.
Until further notice, I should say. That was added in there.
Until okay. Why is that? What's the deal?
Well, I know you are not the biggest James E fan out there.
No, not at all.
Probably the least.
I won't say the least, but I am certainly not a fan of his. I do not like him one shred. I think his ideals are outdated. I think that while there is knowledge there is a lack of an appreciation for current wrestling and its current trends. Now, I know, and I have a lot of friends who are veterans who grew up in the old school, even during the time of Cornette, and even they have adapted more with the times. And Jim Cornette, at least with the character that he portrays, he doesn't do that, and it makes him infinitely less likable. And he gets attention by going on these massive rants, and he kind of pisses me off. So I don't give him the time of day. I don't give him the views on YouTube. I don't give him the listened minutes on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Like, no, he's pretty trash to me, and he is. I have to watch my words. So he's problematic in a lot of ways, and he thinks he can get away with certain things because he has certain beliefs politically that he might use to excuse himself for other views that he has. And that's all I'll say. Please continue on.
By all means. I do not disagree with anything you said. I listen. I enjoy his takes. I enjoy him as a historian.
Sure.
The historian aspect, I get way more satisfaction out of, because I like to hear those stories of, like, this is how this happened, this is what happened afterwards, to break down, and like the history aspect. He's a savant. I cannot think of anybody better.
Yeah.
Than maybe Uncle Dave.
Okay.
But for, like, everybody has seen the video of him on Viceland and just going through his collection of just everything that is just straight pure wrestling. It's just like, that should all be in a museum if WWE ever creates a museum, which is not their warehouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I listened to that. But what you said was 100% pure fact. He is dated, very dated. But then again, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
I think that is a fundamentally flawed statement, but you cannot teach an old dog who is unwilling to learn new tricks.
Okay. Unable to adapt. He does not want to see the state of professional wrestling as it is right now.
Absolutely. 100%.
I mean, wrestling has evolved since, obviously, the Attitude Era, since the NWA, since Mid-South. I mean, everything has changed. Obviously, it's generational. And this is the type of style that we are currently living in, and we have to either choose to adapt to enjoy it, or or it's just going to eat you alive. And
Certainly.
I feel bad for Cornette that he has not chosen to adapt to this, because as I listened and I was like, but this is how it is. We can't go backwards. There's no longer going backwards. It is only forwards. I mean, I don't even see us ever going backwards. Maybe even if you get maybe if you get a live audience back, you might get at least 1 week or two. However, that I don't foresee that happening.
Right.
That's my take on that.
No, I get it. I hear you. So, was Jim Cornette saying something in particular about AEW that was just so egregious? Because it seems like he's been railing on AEW and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Orange Cassidy and all these guys for forever, like just even before AEW started.
I need to look at something really quickly.
Sure.
I am sitting in my living room, and there is a frog outside of my window that literally scared the shit out of me.
Shout out to Kermit chilling outside Atomic Drop headquarters north. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kermit the Frog. Just
sorry, don't mean to sidetrack on a sidetrack, but
no, hey, no,
that's pretty random for us.
Do what you got to do. I mean, hey, we have our share of lizards here that like to make their presence known here in here at AD South, but frogs.
But
that's a different one.
Frogs, yeah, it's big. But to go back to, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But to go back to what Cornette and Jericho, pretty much it's just Cornette just ragging and beating down on AEW. I think Jericho just had enough. And Cornette took it as his personal mission to help state the flaws of AEW to make it better.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem...
That is kind of how Jericho take it. Or, Cornette took it. He said, "You cannot silence me. The voices need to be heard."
The voices need to be heard. He's been the same dumbass voice for fucking 40, 50 years now. I think it's been 50 years, but it's like we've heard enough. I'm not saying he doesn't have any kind of knowledge, but if it can't be applied to a modern to the modern trend of wrestling, then just retire to be a wrestling historian. Don't talk at all, don't weigh in at all about the current state of wrestling. Just go back, go through all your old Memphis tapes that you freaking found in the dumpster or whatever territory it was. Just go through those, watch those tapes, and just retire and try to be a little less of a sad sack of shit. But unfortunately, he can't do that. For the longest time, people, would always consider Jim Cornette as the babyface in the Cornette and Vince Russo feud. I'm not saying either guy is the babyface, but I know for damn sure Cornette's the heel. And stop yawning because I heard that.
Sorry.
Either way,
Sorry.
it's probably about high time that we get off of here anyway. But I do have to say, super quick note, shout out to Ring of Honor, a couple buddies of mine that work there. They are going back into television production for their weekly show. And speaking of buddies out in California as well, I have all kinds of emotions about this. The United Wrestling Network and the NWA, along with Thunder Studios in Long Beach, they have teamed up to produce a weekly show that is going to be taking place on Fight TV, a weekly pay-per-view series. Not sure how much it's going to be, but it's kind of like the old TNA days, doing weekly pay-per-views, coming from an incredible studio. I had eyes on that as a venue for several years, and I'm glad that somebody got to it. And I believe that is starting September. It's the first week of September. I think it might be September 4th, but I might be off on that. Just some news and notes here as my cat is in the background. So I'm sorry if I'm sorry if the mic caught that at all.
Nope.
No. Then I'll shut up.
All right then.
Yeah.
Is anything else you want to add? Oh, yes. As Daniel Bryan would say, I would be amiss if we did not talk about the fine people over at Reload Rub and Seasoning.
Yes, indeed.
Reload Rub and Seasoning, if you are looking for the best seasonings on the face of God's green earth, as you listen to Skid Row and Fozzy on your Spotify playlists,
please,
you need to go to reloadrub.com. Use the promo code Atomic Drop. Save yourself 10% at checkout. You get some sweet merch. Get yourself some sweet swag. Get yourself some sweet spices, or maybe even spicy spices. You got your Magnum, you got your Double Action, you got your High Caliber. They have everything.
You're packing heat, you're fully loaded. I mean, look, you like whatever you're in the mood for, whatever kind of palate you have. Look, I make no mistake about it. Let me get that Double Action. I need that sweet and smoky blend. Has that barbecue blend. I really like that Double Action, but I also love my heat. So let me get that packing heat. I'm telling you, I legitimately put it on everything. Throw some hot dogs on the grill. Go ahead and coat it there. If you're making some steak, go ahead, put some of that freaking Magnum on there, right? If you're making pork chops, that steak and chop seasoning is right there. Fully loaded Magnum, packing heat, Double Action, the entire line up and down. You cannot miss. These motherfuckers did not miss. They are awesome. I love these guys. Joel and Stacy, you have an incredible product, and I say it every single week. What are you waiting for? Do not miss out. Go to reloadrub.com. Save yourself 10% at checkout. Enter Atomic Drop and save yourself 10%. It is life-changing. Go on ahead, get yourself some. 100% endorsement from Justin and Kyle here at the Atomic Drop Show.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
Absolutely.
Well then, for Kyle Cruz, I am Justin Time, and we will see you next week in 6 or 7 days.
6 or 7 days, man. Let's do it.
All right. See you.
Later.